Everyone, welcome to the National State University KEFI Open Distance E-Learning Center. My name is YUNANA KEFAS from Department of Computer Science, National State University KEFI. I will be your facilitator for this course titled Introduction to Computer Science with course code CMP-111. So for today's class, we'll be looking at study session 1. The study session 1 consists of the following course outline. At the end of this study session, you should be able to give a brief history and background of computing, explain the different types, classification, and components of a computer, explain in brief the overview and features of a typical computer, understand the common functionalities and applications of computer, and also explain the disadvantages and advantages of computer. So as a way of introduction, computers are devices that process data according to instructions in form of hardware and software. So they actually evolved from mechanical devices to modern digital computers the way we have them today, with significant milestone and key figures, as we're going to see shortly. So the basic computer architecture consists of the central processing unit, CPU, memory, input-output devices, and then the motherboard. So computer definition and historical background. Formally, a computer has been defined to be an electronic device, that performs various tasks, which includes computations, data processing, information storage, communication, among others. So from the early beginnings, where we have primitive people use things like sticks, stones and bones to count and quantify items. And then with the advancement in technology, and then we have the early mechanical devices to replace them, which includes the abacus, the Pascaline, step reckoner, the difference engine, and the likes. Following that is what we refer to as the generation of computers. So by generation, we mean the technological advancement that happens in each of those years where we have major milestone or development in the computing world. So in the first generation, we have these computers, that existed between 1940s to 1950s, where they use a device called the vacuum tubes for CPU and memory. So due to the limitations or some of the features of these first generation computers, they are large in size, and then they generate a lot of heat, and they can easily occupy a very large room. So given some of the features or limitations of some of these first generation computers, it has led to the transistors in the second generation that replaces the vacuum tubes. So the second generation computers existed between the 1950s and then the 1960s that uses transistors. So in terms of size, the transistors are more smaller, than the vacuum tubes. And then from the second generation, we have the third generation, where they use integrated circuit. So by integrated circuit, we mean the collection of these transistors, followed by other components like the diodes, the capacitors, resistors that are built on the surface of semiconducting material. So one of those early semiconducting material that was used to develop our IC was germanium, and then that was also replaced with the silicon chip, right? So that happens in the third generation, and then in the fourth generation, we also saw another achievement again, where the computers use what is microprocessors. So they are just systems that characterized by the use of large scale integration, right? Large scale integration, or what is referred to as very large scale integration circuits, and affordable computers. And then the fifth generation, that we have them around 1980 to present. We saw the introduction of ultra large scale integration and the enabling microprocessors, on chip, having transistors in their millions, and then also using parallel computing, and then they are also powered by AI applications. So we'll also look at the different types, classification, and components of a computer. So types of computer system. So computers can actually take in different forms. They can take in the form of personal computers, which are actually designed for individual usage. And then we also have them in the form of workstations, which are high performance computers optimized for video editing and then scientific computing. We also have servers that provide network services such as email services, among others. We also have mainframes, which are large, but high performance computers used by organizations for large, data processing. We also have supercomputers, which are considered powerful computers, mostly used for complex, calculations and simulations, and often using parallel, processing. And then we also have embedded systems. These are systems that are specialized computers built into a single chip to perform, particular or specific tasks. So thank you, and see you in the next study session. Welcome back to today's class, where we'll continue from the learning outcomes of learning outcomes 3, which is to explain in brief the overview and features of a typical computer system. So hardware, software, and basic applications. Computer systems actually consist of hardware, software, and basic applications, with software managing the hardware and application software handling specific tasks like word processing and image editing, usually for the users. Characteristics and feature of computers. Computers are powerful tools that can process data at incredible speeds, with some models processing billions of calculations per second. Another feature is that they are accurate, reliable, and can store quite a large amount of data. They can perform multiple tasks simultaneously, and they can be connected to other computers via networks. They can be programmed to automate repetitive tasks. They offer versatility, portability, and they tend to have a user-friendly interfaces. Understand the core functionalities and applications of a computer. So functions and applications of computers. Computers are utilized in various fields such as data processing, communication, education, entertainment, creative work, business operations, medical applications, scientific research, transportation, and environmental monitoring. So we stop here for today. See you guys in the next class. Thank you. So good day everyone, welcome back to today's class where we're going to be looking at classification, advantages and disadvantages of computers. So for classification, computers can be classified based on several criteria, which include, size, purpose, functionality, architecture, and even the operating system they use. Right. So in terms of size, we have supercomputers, mainframe, mini computers, microcomputers, handheld devices, and even embedded systems. Then, based on purpose, they can take in the form of either special purpose or general purpose, as the case may be. And then, in terms of functionality, they can take in the form of being an analog device or digital device. And then, in some cases, we even have hybrid. So, by hybrid, we mean the combination of analog and digital abilities or capabilities. And then we also have architecture. In terms of architecture, where we have the Newman and then the Harvard architectures. And then for the operating system, you can have some system taking or they tend to use Windows operating system, Linux, or even Mac operating system, as the case may be. So advantages of computers. Computers offer several advantages such as speed, efficiency, automation of tasks, storage, communication. We have seen a lot of its application in education, industry like education, entertainment, and even creative work. So they also process vast amount of data quickly. Repetitive tasks are being automated and provide easy access to information. They also enable global communication through tools like email and video conferencing, among others. So some of the disadvantages while users use computers includes, long computer use can lead to health issues, uh, decreased social interaction. They can take in the form of also security risks, high cost, environmental impact, and job displacement in certain industries due to increased reliance on computers. We also have increased isolation and potential hacking. So summary of study section 1. The study session provides an in-depth understanding of computer systems, ranging from historical point of view, which include also the fundamental components like CPU, memory, storage, and then we also distinguishes between hardware and software, where we highlight some of the benefits and drawbacks in terms of advantages and disadvantages and the various applications. So as a way of assessing yourself in understanding this study session, so we have some self-assessment questions to guide the users in understanding this study session. So for self-assessment question 1.1, identify and describe the fundamental components of a computer system. SAQ 1.2, distinguish between hardware and software and provide examples of each. SAQ 1.3, describe the various types of software and provide examples of each. SAQ 1.4, explain the benefits and drawbacks of using